So what happened to 17?
It's just my opinion.
Hey everybody, how you doing? And welcome to Sway. Of course, you know who I am. I am Sway. And as always, I got my trusty Coke, my trusty smokes. And before I get started, make sure that you hit like, make a comment, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification icon, so that way you'll be notified of every time that I make and post a video. All right, everybody. So where do I get started? All right. So Joseph R. Biden is the president of the United States. As I'm recording this, day is January 29 of 2021. And yeah, Joseph R. Biden is the president of the United States. Now here is question. Here's the question: is all of the 17 supporters, 17 meaning the 17th letter of the alphabet, and as you can see by my friend over here, if you're a Star Trek fan, you know who that is. um Many of them do not know what the fuck to do. They have no freaking clue. They have no idea. They, from the beginning of since 2017 when he appeared, and you had all of these cult leaders and uh all these other people just promoting the shit out of him. Um, Many of the followers and supporters, they're upset. It, how can it? You know what? I'm gonna say this again, okay? And I made a video concerning my friend over here, sometime last year. Okay, it was a part three in a series. It was a part three in a series of videos that I was doing. Okay, and I'm going to remind you of what I said right now.
I don't pay attention to. I'm not obsessed with going to whatever platform he was using and reading every detail of what it means.
So as I said, I wasn't following number 17. I wasn't following them on the 8chan, the 4chan, and the newer boards or whatever it is that they're using. Cause I don't fucking know, and I still don't fucking know, and I really don't care. Personally, I think this whole thing was a setup where people who would normally be protesting and going to a bunch of other rallies and really actually putting in the work. This was like a psyop, in my opinion. This was a psyop. This was a LARPer. This was something. So that way, it would people would trust the plan. That's how I feel about it. Am I wrong? Possibly. It's possible that I'm wrong. I really don't know. It just could have been a huge LARPer that was just trying to play a prank or something. I don't fucking know. I don't fucking care. I don't know, and I don't fucking care. Let's be honest with you. It is very upsetting because there were a lot of good people. There are a lot of good people that fell into it, and they're still falling into it because they want to trust the plan. Okay. I didn't fall into the Simon Parks crap. I wasn't watching any of the Simon Parks videos or anything, or anybody else for that matter. That was really um, trying to interpret the boards and all that shit. I wasn't following Jordan Sather on his shit. I wasn't following Simon Parks. I wasn't, there's only one channel that I was watching. It's no longer on YouTube. It is now on Rumble. And for the most part, it was because I was already following this channel from before he got into the stuff. He's a minister like myself. He's a minister like myself, talking about the gospel and everything. And I was following him. And then when he started getting into the stuff, I was like, please don't. But he kept following the Q, and he's still following the stuff. He still is. He still has hope for the stuff. And it's really a shame because so much of the energy that he spent on number 17, he really could have been using it for other stuff, other greater works. Let's put it that way. It's just a shame that he's still falling for it. And I'm praying for this guy because, as I said before, and in that video, it was, and I'm trying to remember exactly what I said. I went over the video last night. If it is true that with the stuff with number 17, okay, great, fine, but do not do not just trust the plan. You have to do something. You have to be active. You have to really put in some actual work, not just sit back and watch others to do it. There's a lot to be done. When people, I remember sometime after that, I posted, I made a post. This was on my personal Facebook page, my personal Facebook profile, where I posted something about the pedophilia going on. Okay. And human sex trafficking. And then I had a troll. Somehow he became one of my Facebook friends or whatever. I don't know how. But I had a troll say, oh, you follow the so I'm like, number one, I don't follow the shit. Okay. I don't follow number 17. I don't. I could give a flying fuck of the the stuff, number 17. Okay. And I'm probably going to edit this and add some bleeps, just so that way the YouTube algorithm doesn't block this video. But I don't give a flying fuck. The fact is that all of the pedophilia stuff, that was mentioned with number 17, that was already happening. That's public knowledge. That is public knowledge of these children being abused. Okay, that was public knowledge. That was already, this was stuff already before number 17. Okay, I was involved in trying to stop a lot of this stuff way beforehand, before number 17 even showed up and popped up and what have you. All right, the sex trafficking and all that stuff, that was way before the number 17 ever mentioned it. and I was part of trying to stop that, and still am, and to some degree. And again, so it has nothing to do with number 17. It's just that's what has been happening. This is public knowledge that everybody knew. So to try to say somebody was following number 17 is a bunch of shit, because this was stuff I've been doing even way beforehand. I've been involved in so many different things in my life where, you know, when somebody tries to keep me number 17, I'm like, fuck you. I don't even follow number 17. I don't know jack shit about number 17. All right. But it is a shame, because this gentleman, he's been following number 17, but even before following number 17, he's doing a lot of the same stuff I've been doing. And he started putting hope into number 17. It's a shame. It's a shame. You know, there was a lot of good people, you know, with so many different backgrounds, that, like me, we have been trying to put a stop to a lot of this stuff even before number 17. But when number 17 came out, they started, you know, drinking the Kool-Aid and following the bullshit trails. And even now, to this day, they're still following 17, because number 17 is still posting and still saying so many different things. And then there's a bunch of other stuff happening. It's a shame, because the first gentleman that I was mentioning, he's like, he always says, my sources, my sources, my sources. Now, when he does list a couple sources, you know, the X23 person or whatever, however the hell you say it, and a few others, I'm like, really? You're going to follow this person who's been known to talk a lot of shit? That's not even true. As far as the number 17. And it is unfortunate that this gentleman also follows Jordan Sather. So I don't know what to tell you. It is a sad situation. It is a sad situation that even after all of the evidence has shown that number 17 was just a psyop, was just, you know, a big pile of shit, that they're still following it. Now, I'm going to say this, though. I'm going to say this is that if it turns out that I'm wrong, and sometime in the near to not, and you know, it's not so distant future, right? It turns out that it was true and they actually do something, number 17 actually does something, then you know what? I'll be more than happy to eat my words. I'll be more than happy to admit that I'm wrong. I will be more than happy to say, hey, I guess this was real. But until then, there's no evidence, there is no evidence really showing that this thing is real. Yeah, some really cool coincidences and some really cool things that are happening that can be attributed to 17. I don't fucking know. But you have to also say it like this, is that even before 17 came along, this stuff was happening anyway. The news may not have mentioned it, but it was happening anyway, where you had certain alphabet letter organizations putting a stop to a lot of this shit that's going on. Again, we really don't fucking know the full details on a lot of stuff that's happening, but to try to give credit to number 17 Um, there's really no proof that it was because of number 17. That's just my opinion. Now, again, and I say this again is that in the near to not so distant future, if it turns out that everything was part of the plan of number 17, then I'll be more than happy to say, hey, I was wrong. I'll be more than happy to say, hey, shit, I guess everything was part of the plan. I don't fucking know. But, don't what's one of the saying? Don't put all of your eggs in one basket. Uh, we we really need to stop falling for everything as a species. As a species, we need to stop falling for everything, every little thing. I always say take information. I always say take in everything, all the information, and really research it, and use wise discernment to discern whether this is real shit or not. um when it came down to it, as far as former President Trump, um and I've said it before, it's really fucked up because the media was attacking him from the beginning. Nobody ever really gave him a chance. Yeah, he's an asshole. Yeah, he was a narcissist and whatever, but at least, they could have given him a chance. But shit, whatever happened, and it is what it is. We as a people, as a country, need to just keep fighting for the right things. Okay. um we need to stop our petty bickering, our petty arguing, and just listen to each other and work together towards one common goal. Now, there's going to be a lot of disagreements, there's going to be a lot of bullshit and whatever, but it is what, we have to get past that. One of the things I always say is that politicians on both sides are corrupt. A lot of politicians on both sides, they're corrupt. They're just full of shit. And I'll say it. I got no problem saying it. There are some good politicians here and there on both sides, but for the most part, I think that politicians on both sides are corrupt. They're just full of shit. But in the end, as a people, as a country, we, here in the U.S., we have nobody to blame but ourselves because we keep voting for them. Now, I'm not talking about the individual person. Like, I know many of you probably didn't vote for this person, this person, this person, but I'm saying as a country, as a nation, we keep putting these people in power, and that's why shit don't change. I think there should be term limits to like the Senate and all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? I think there should be. If the presidency can only have two terms, 2 4-year terms, then why can't that be the same with all offices? That's just my opinion. One of the problems we have is career politicians on both sides. That's one of the problems we have. Career politicians on both sides. But going back into number 17 is the fact that, yes, I understand that number 17 gave a lot of people hope, but then they also got lazy. This was the perfect chance for them to really, really do something. And now, because of what happened in January 6th, now a bunch of innocent people on the right, they're getting blamed for something that they didn't do. This is what happens when you know, when people start drinking the Kool-Aid and don't start actually doing anything. Again, this is just my opinion. That's all it is. Okay. Do I believe that the things concerning the election could have gone different? Yeah, of course. I think the people on the left, if they really weren't hiding anything, they should have said, hey, look, we're not hiding anything, so fine, let's do a recount. There's so many different things going on that, you know, that should have happened, not could have, but should have. Okay, there's a lot of things that should have happened that it didn't, that is making the left look stupid. A lot of things should have happened or shouldn't have happened or whatever, that's making the right look stupid. Both sides are equally looking stupid for things that either they should have done or they shouldn't have done. So I just think that when it came down to it, the number 17 thing was a blessing in disguise. It was a blessing in disguise. Now, why do I say that this was a blessing in disguise? Okay. Why do I say this was a blessing in disguise? It was a blessing in disguise because it here, let me fix my seat. Because it showed us that we as Americans and we even as a world can be united. Okay? Because not only were people here in the US following 17, but people all over the world were following 17. All right? People from both sides of the fence, left and right, were coming together with one common cause under one banner for number 17. Okay, because I've known people who were far left, who were left and far left, who were supporting number 17, as well as the people on the right and far right. Okay, it was really interesting to see how number 17 brought people together under one common goal, one common cause. So that's why I say it is a blessing in disguise. It is interesting to note that even that regardless of whatever, people are still together and hoping that this is all just part of the plan. Again, I personally think it was a psyop of sorts to keep people lulled and not doing anything, just kind of hiding or to not actually do something. That's just my opinion, but I could be wrong. Who knows? I don't fucking know. But anyway, that's just my take on everything. And I'm really hoping and I'm praying for this country and this world that we all stop with the bullshit and finally come together. All right. All right, everybody. Until next time, just remember, I'm Sway. I love you all. Peace.
It's just my opinion.